Hello everyone, welcome to my new course series. I'm Chen, a professional civil engineer with years of on-site construction and rebar detailing experience. I believe every rebar engineer has run into three troubles: spending hours drawing rebar sketches manually, making calculation errors, adjusting data repeatedly, reworking drawings for factory precision. Traditional rebar details is time-consuming, error-prone, and extremely etching. That's exactly why I'm bringing you this for Digirebar rebar detailing systematic course. All the practical skills, software functions, and on-site matching methods I teach in this series are available and verifiable on Digirebar.com. Today, we will start our first lesson and completely change the way you do rebar detailing. Before we start the hands-on operation, let me brief talk about what our full course system covers. This is not a single function tutorial, but a complete closed-loop solution for civil engineering rebar work, from calculation, drawing, modeling to factory precision. The whole system divided into three core modules, which cover all daily work needs. First, structure calculation module. Our new structure design requires accurate data calculation. This software supports structural component calculation and finite element analysis. The TKPN plugin we match for Revit can directly complete frame structure calculation in Revit, and all the calculation results are synchronously displayed in the software. No need for cross-platform conversion. Second, BIM Intelligent Rebar Drawing Module. This is the most frequently used function for frontline engineers. It adapts to both Revit and Bentley mainstream platforms, covering all common structural components: beams, columns, slabs, and walls. One-click rebar drawing, intelligent rebar segmentation, and free data import and export. It solves the biggest pain point of manual drawing one by one. Third, for press data output module. Many colleagues finish drawing and still need to count materials, make tables, and adjust cutting scheme manually. Our software can directly export Revit model data to Revit detailed tables, generate professional material statistics, support optimal cutting schemes, print precision levels, and directly output files for factory machine precision. It truly realized drawing once, using everywhere. Here's a key update worth mentioning in the system are the key content of our first chapter. More importantly, the software is currently migrating and optimizing functions from Chinese GB national standards to ACI 318 American standards, which is very friendly for colleagues engaged in overseas engineering projects. The first chapter of whole series includes 6 detailed lessons, from basic software operation to advanced practical skills, progressive layer by layer. Today's first lesson is the core foundation of all subsequent courses, the universal and practical online rebar table detailing method that all rebar engineers must master. let's officially get started. Let's first look at the overall interface of the online rebar table. I will explain each function combined with our actual construction scenarios so you can understand and use it immediately after watching. The entire interface is divided into three clear areas. The left side is the file management area. Just like we build folders on our computer to classify beam joins, column joins, and slab joins. Here we can create independent folders to manage all rebar table files, which is neat and not messy. The upper right corner is the functional toolbar, concentrating all core edition and drawing functions. The bottom main area is our rebar detailed display table, which is the cover working area we use every day. I will explain the key columns one by one with on-site examples. Element name. It's mainly used for frame structure projects. For example, we can make the beam component as L1 or beam 1 and the column as column 2 or C2. It is convenient for on-site construction checking. If you are engaged in bridge engineering and not need component numbering, you can directly hide this column, which is very flexible. Element quantity. It supports one-click editing and modification. We can adjust the quantity according to the actual number of on-site structure components. No need to modify that repeatedly in Excel. Mac. This is the Unicode ID of each rebar. You can customize the coding rulers completely according to your company's construction standards and personal habits, which is convenient for later checking and factory precision matching. Steel grade and diameter. The software has built-in common specifications for overseas projects. We can directly select imperial specifications such as grade 60. For domestic projects, we use conventional metric specifications, covering almost all engineering needs. I want to highlight our core competitive function, online rebar sketch drawing. Many new engineers struggle with drawing rebar bending diagrams. It is easy to draw wrong bending angles and wrong segment lengths manually, but our software supports free line drawing, text marking, and one-click setting of end threading and welding processes. The function saves 80% of our drawing time, and we will focus on demonstrating advanced skill later. Another super practical advantage: automatic calculation of length and total weight. You only need to input the number of rebars per component and the total number of components. The system will automatically calculate the tool quantity and tool weight by multiplication, and eliminating manual calculation errors completely. By the way, the Generate Precision Report button at the bottom left is reserved for factory steel bar production. We will take a detailed and in-depth planning in Lesson 3, so stay tuned. After understanding the interface functions, let's start the actual operation from the most basic login process. First, open your IE browser and enter the official website digirebar.com. Then click the Rebar Table tab. For first-time visitors, please wait a few seconds for the page to load completely. Here is a super friendly setting for everyone. You can try all core functions directly without login, registration, no threshold, and experience the software effect first. If you need to save your drone Rebar data and avoid losing files, you only need to click the login button in the upper right corner and log in with your Google account, which is consistent with the operation of most mainstream websites, simple and fast. I want to tell you a key benefit personally. At the basic core functions of our software are permanently free to engineering colleges to use. If you have advanced customized engineering needs, you can check the membership renewal policy on the official website by yourself. Let's create a project file for demonstration now. Right-click to create a new folder named Beam3, Beam Component Management. Then create a new Rebar table named Form2 in the folder. This classified management method is completely aligned with our actual project feeding standards. Next, I will focus on teaching you the most critical Rebar sketch drawing skills, which are divided into two methods, suitable for different engineer scenarios, and you can choose according to your needs. Method 1. One-click selection of standard templates suitable for conventional standard rebars. Now impact. Click the drop-down arrow on the right and select Common BBBS Standard Rebar Diagram Template. Now select this. Then input the segment length in turn. For example, enter 250 and press enter. Then enter 1520 and press enter. The standard rebar shape is generated in 1 second. Now, for rebars with the same specification, you don't need to redraw them repeatedly. Right-click to copy the complete now. Copy this line. Move to the blank row and paste it directly. Paste. Okay. Method 2. Freehand independent drawing. Suitable for special shaft non-standard rebars. In actual projects, there are always various special shaft bent rebars that have no fixed templates. At this time, we use the free drawing model. Click the blank canvas to start drawing. Click to generate bending joint. Redraw. Yeah. Drag the circular control point to adjust the bending angle. The software has a very intelligent detail. When the angle is 0, 45, and 135 or 180, the angle text will be automatically hidden, making the sketch cleaner and move it in line with construction drawing standard. We can drag the text to adjust the position. Click the blue text control point to route and calibrate the text angle. And double-click the left mouse button to modify the segment length. After the drawing is completed, click Save with one click. The later modification is also very convenient. If the one side design is changed and the segment length needs to be adjusted, just click the number to modify it in real time. In addition, we can click the rebar endpoint to select the left or right threading and welding precision methods. For matching factory precision requirements. Here's a professional tip for everyone. 90% of the core advanced functions of the software are concentrated in the right-click menu. The menu contains parent-child row association functions, batch editing, date derivation, and other practical operations that engineers use most. These advanced skills are easy to use but can greatly improve your work efficiency. I will give you a systematic and detailed explanation in the subsequent special chapters. Finally, let's summarize the key points of this lesson. After we finish drawing and editing the rebar table, we can export it to Excel with one click. The exported file is consistent with the online table format, which can be directly used for project reporting, on-site construction, disclosure, and factory delivery. In today's first lesson, we have completed the understanding of the overall software framework, interface cognition, account logging, the creating and core rebar sketch drawing basic operations. It is just the beginning of our system course. In the second lesson, we will focus on the core difficulty of intelligent rebar simulation and teach you how to use Move Advanced Tool button to solve complex rebar splinting problems in special components. I'm Chen, a civil engineer from Digirebar. I have been engaged in on-site construction and rebar detailing work for many years, so all the skills I teach are summed up from actual combat, not empty theoretical knowledge. If you encounter software usage problems or have personalized engineering development and function customization needs, you can contact us through the official website digirebar.com. Hope everyone can gain efficient work methods from this course. Bid farewell to efficient manual rebar detailing and improve your professional competitiveness. See you in the next lesson.